Life is more enjoyable if you do things that you actually love to do. But sometimes it is very hard to understand exactly what you love to do because there might be a conflict of what you love to do and what it gives you. For those of you who are joining this channel for the first time, my name is Arthur and I've worked a journey of self-improvement and personal growth. And in this journey, I've been able to identify lots of things that I love doing. I've thrown away a lot of activities and a lot of things and concentrated on those things that I'm passionate about and that come naturally and easy for me to do. So in today's video, I want us to go through on ways you can identify and understand things that you actually love doing. So let's just dig in right now. And the number one way you can identify things you love to do is by understanding how these things make you feel. I'll call it feelings. How do you feel when you're doing a certain activity? I'm going to use my example. When I was running my events company, my events business, we had different sections of the business. One of the sections was the team building section where we offered corporate team building to companies. We had the entertainment section where we had entertainment equipment to different people and entities. But in these two sections, the entertainment section was my go-to area. I felt good every time we delivered equipment to places and saw people interacting with this equipment without us necessarily doing a lot of work. The team building part on the other side made me feel a little bit not good every time we used to execute the team buildings. First of all, the entire process of writing a proposal, sending it to a client, then the back and forth, and then me trying to make them understand what I understand, them not knowing what they want from me, and then the whole journey, and then the whole experience giving it to them. You realize you're trying to make somebody feel a certain way where they don't want to feel. And I realized it used to make me feel sad and drained. I could receive proposals, emails of requesting for me to write proposals, and I felt like this is something I wouldn't want to respond to. I had to find something inside me that would remind me, this is business. You have to sit down and write down this proposal and send it. It's a mandate. I had to listen to a lot of motivation from deep within and from other sources just to sit down and write a proposal and send it to a client. And then later I realized this did not make me feel good. I used to do it, but it didn't make me feel good. I was not excited about it. I wasn't pushed. I wasn't driven. I felt like this is not something I wanted to do. And later, in the later stages, I had to transition and get the business and dump that part and get all the equip and turn it into a fully rental service because yes, I felt comfortable doing that. I like the systems. I like the processes. I like the way customers interacted with me, and I liked everything. So if you feel there is something that really drags you, takes you a lot of energy to do, it is a sign that you don't love that thing. So one of identifying what you really love to do is feeling. What does it make you feel like? The second way you can know what you really love to do, I'll call it curiosity. Curiosity is, what are you eager? What are you interested in? What do you want to learn on a daily? What are you searching for? What is that thing that keeps your brain awake in the night, that gets you interested in knowing? And whatever your brain is curious about, your brain is interested. Your brain is in love with that particular thing. And you have the drive to do that thing. Personally, when I look at myself, I love searching for knowledge, a lot of knowledge, in different spheres of life. I love searching for entrepreneurship knowledge, self-improvement knowledge, and lots of stuff. And when I found this area whereby it is easier for me to look for this knowledge, I felt like, okay, if it's easier for me to look for knowledge, then it will be easier for me to share the same knowledge with people who are watching me on this platform, on my YouTube channel, and the rest. And the kind of knowledge I'm looking for is knowledge in specific niches and areas, especially educational content and entrepreneurship content. And this is where my area of interest is. I'm so curious about that. The question is, what is that thing that keeps you awake in the night? What is that thing you're so curious about? What do you want to discover? What do you feel like is that thing you want to have answered that gets you on a search every day? And if you can identify that, then you can be able to identify things that you love and things that will give you peace while doing. And number 3, I'll call it the dream. Knowing what you love by understanding your dream, understanding what you're looking up to in the long term. Usually we draw dreams from the things we want to be. We draw dreams from the purpose we create. We draw dreams by envisioning ourselves in the future. We draw dreams by imagining ourselves in the years to come. And in that dream, whatever you see is what you want to be. Probably you want to look more better. Probably you want to speak much more better. Probably you want to be rich. You want to have a family. Probably you want to do ministry. Probably you want to do something. And there is an image of what you see yourself looking like. That thing you're seeing stems from the fact that you have an idea of what you want to be, and stems from the fact that you love being that particular thing. So when you look at your dreams and the things you want to be and the things you want to be, that also brings out the kind of love you feel for that particular thing. So I feel like with those 3 ways, feelings, curiosity, and a dream, you can be able to understand areas where you have love. Now, when you're doing things you love, there's a kind of peace you get. There's a kind of happiness you get. There's a kind of excitement you get. By you doing things you love, you're going to reduce the amount of stress you have on yourself. You're going to find life a bit much more easier and much more simpler, and tasks will be much more enjoyable to do. Now, even in my workout life, when you go to the gym, there are things you find that there's a lot of workouts you can do, but then there are specifically those you feel like, okay, this is what I'm comfortable with. Initially, I was introduced to weightlifting, where I was focused on a few body parts to just grow muscle in those particular areas. But as I kept trying different things, I realized certain things became a bit much more harder for me to do, and I didn't enjoy them as much. I enjoyed more HIIT workouts, full body HIIT workouts. I enjoyed more jump rope. So I hope that you find that thing you love using that particular method, and that thing gives you happiness and excitement. Don't forget, for those of you who want to know how to find yourself, there is a video in the description. Kindly click and watch that video as well, and subscribe to this channel and share with everyone else who you believe needs this kind of educational content.